So good morning to all. So today we are going to solve the previous questions on chapter nuclei. First question, which of the following pair of nuclei are isotopes? So they have given 4 options. Among 4 options, isotones means for what we are going to call means isotones means number of neutrons remains the same. So for those we are calling isotones. So when we observe these one, so the right answer is 8th one. Second one, the nucleus represented by the symbol X, A to Z, A, Z has Z neutron, A minus of Z means protons, Z is protons, A minus Z means neutrons, Z protons and A is neutrons, and these one A protons and Z minus A is neutrons. So Z is the number of protons and A is the total number of protons and neutrons. Therefore, this one is the right answer. Third one, mass number of a nucleus is always less than its atomic number, always more than its atomic number, sometimes equal to its atomic number, sometimes less than, and sometimes more than its atomic number they have given. So mass number is equal to atomic number plus of number of neutrons. For hydrogen, number of neutrons is 0. Mass number is equal to atomic number. Therefore, mass number is sometimes equal to atomic number. For third one, this one is the right answer. Fourth one, atomic weight of boron is 10.81 and it has 2 isotopes, that is boron 10 and boron 11. The ratio of those two in nature would be 15:16, 10:11, 19:81, 81:19 they have given. So here that is calculated. Let for boron 10 represents X%. So percentage of boron 11 is 100 minus of X it is. For this it is 100 minus of X we are considering means. So average atomic weight that is calculated by 10x plus of 11 in the bracket 100 minus of X divided by 100. So that is become 10.81. So therefore, X equal to 19. So the percentage of boron 11 is 100 minus of 19 is equal to 81. It is in the ratio of 19:81. Therefore, this one is the right answer. Next, fifth one. The constituents of atomic nuclei are believed to be, first option they have given neutron and protons, second one protons only, third one electrons and protons, fourth one electrons, protons and neutrons. So nucleons contains only neutrons and protons. Therefore, eighth one is the right answer. Sixth one, in the nucleus of sodium, the number of proton, neutrons and electrons are 11, 12, 0, 23, 12, 11, 12, 11, 0, 23, 11, 12 they have given. So here Z value is equal to 11. The number of proton is 11. Therefore, the value of A is 23. So A minus of Z if you are doing, we are getting that one as 12. Number of electrons is 0. Therefore, the answer 8th one is the right one. Seventh one, the nuclei carbon 13 and nitrogen 14 can be described as isotones, isobars, isotopes of carbon, isotopes of nitrogen. So here for carbon and nitrogen have same number of neutrons, that is 13 minus 6 is equal to 7. For carbon, that is 14 minus of 7 is 7. So they are isotones. Therefore, for 7th one, 8th one is the right answer. Next, 8th one. So if nuclear radius of aluminum is 3.6 Fermi, the approximate nuclear radius of copper in Fermi is 2.4, 1.2, 4.8 and 3.6. They have given 4 options. Among 4 options, so we have to choose the right answer. Nuclear radius is given by the formula R is equal to R naught A to the power of 1 by 3. R naught is constant, A is the mass number. So therefore, R for aluminum divided for radius of copper is equal to 27 whole to the power of 1 by 3 divided by 64 whole to the power of 1 by 3. So after simplification, we are getting 3 by 4. Or you can represent this one as radius for copper is equal to 4 by 3 into radius of aluminum. That's equal to 4 by 3 into 3.6 Fermi is equal to 4.8 Fermi we are getting. Therefore, for 8th one, this one is the right answer. Next, 9th one, 2 nuclei have their mass number in the ratio of 1:3. The ratio of their nuclear densities would be 3 to the power of 1 by 3 is to 1, 1 is to 3, 1 is to 1 and 3 is to 1. So they have given 4 options and we have to choose the right answer. So for 9th one, so we know A1 is to A2 is equal to 1 is to 3. So radii will be, it is in the ratio of R naught A1 to the power of 1 by 3 is to R naught A to the power of 1 by 3 is equal to 1 is to 3 to the power of 1 by 3. So density is equal to A divided by 4 by 3 pi R cube we are getting. Therefore, density of A1 is to density of A2 is equal to 1 divided by 4 by 3 pi R naught cube into 1 to the power of 3 is 2. 3 divided by 4 by 3 pi R naught cube. 3 to the power of 4 to the power of 1 by 3 whole to the power of 3. So if you simplify this one, we are getting 1 is to 1. Therefore, for 9th one, the right answer is B1. Next, 10th one. If the nucleus, aluminum has a nuclear radius of about 3.6 Fermi, then for TE would have its radius approximately 9.6, 4.8, 12 and 6 Fermi they have given. For 10th one, so nuclear radii is given by R is equal to R naught A to the power of 1 by 3. A is the mass number. So therefore, radius of TE divided by radius of aluminum is equal to, so ATE divided by A aluminum whole to the power of 1 by 3. So this becomes 125 divided by 27 whole to the power of 1 by 3 is equal to 5 by 3, or radius of TE is equal to 5 by 3 into RAL. So this becomes 5 by 3 into 3.6 is equal to 6 Fermi, because RAL they have given 3.6 Fermi in the question itself. So therefore for 10th one, so the right answer is this one. Next, 11th one, radius of germanium nuclide is measured to be twice the radius of Be. The number of nucleons in germanium are 72, 73, 74 and 75 they have given. So here it can be calculated as, so radius is directly proportional to the a to the power of 1 by 3. Therefore, it is calculated as RBE divided by RGE is equal to 9 to the power of 1 by 3 whole divided by a to the power of 1 by 3. So, or you can do this one as RBE divided by 2 times of RBE is equal to 9 to the power of 1 by 3 divided by a to the power of 1 by 3. So here A value we are getting that one as 72. Therefore, eighth one is the right answer. 12th one, the volume occupied by the atom is greater than the volume of the nucleus by the factor of about 10 to the power of 1, 10 to the power of 10, 10 to the power of 5, 10 to the power of 15 they have given. So this can be calculated by using formula. So volume of atom divided by volume of nucleus, that is 4 by 3 pi in the bracket 10 to the power of minus 10 whole to the power of 3 divided by 4 by 3 pi in the bracket of 10 to the power of 15 whole to the power of 3. So after simplification, we are getting this one as 10 to the power of 15. Therefore, this one is the right answer. 13th one, the nucleus rupture into two nuclear parts which have their velocity ratio equal to 2:1. What will be the ratio of their nuclear size they have given? Thirteenth one. So velocity ratio they have given V1 is equal to V2 is equal to 2:1. So mass is directly proportional to volume. According to law of conservation of momentum, M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2 we are writing. Therefore, V1 by V2 is equal to M2 divided by M1 is equal to R1 R2 divided to the power of 3 divided by R1 to the power of 3. Therefore, R1 by R2 is equal to V2 divided by V1 to the power of 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 2 whole to the power of 1 by 3 is equal to 1 divided by 2 to the power of 1 by 3. It is in the ratio of R1 is to R2 is equal to 1 is to 2 whole to the power of 1 by 3 we are getting. Therefore, for 13th one, the right answer is a D one. Next, 14th one. The mass number of helium is 4 and that of sulfur is 32. The radius of sulfur nucleus is larger than that of helium by the factor of 4, 8, 2 and √8 they have given. So here mass number of helium that is 4 and mass number of sulfur is 32. So if we calculate this one, 8 to the power of 1 by 3, the value we are getting that one as 2. Therefore, for 14th one, the right answer is we are getting. Next, 15th one. The mass density of nucleus varies with number A as A square, A constant 1 by A. So they have given 4 options, and the nuclear radius varies with the mass number. So according to the relation R is equal to R naught A to the power of 1 by 3, radius is directly proportional to the A to the power of 1 by 3. So density is equal to mass by volume, or mass by volume is equal to constant we are writing. Therefore, for 15th one, the right answer is C1. Next, 16th one, the ratio of radii of nuclei AL and TE is approximately in the ratio of 6 is to 10, 40 is to 177, 13 is to 52, and 14 is to 73 they have given. Here, RAL divided by RTE, we are getting this one as 3 by 5 is equal to 6 by 10. Therefore, 8th one is the right answer. 17th one, the energy required to break one bond in a DNA is 10 to the power of minus 20 joule. This value in electron volt is nearly equal to 6.6, 0.060, 0.006. Recently asked question it is. So this is calculated as energy is equal to E is equal to 10 to the power of minus 20 joule. 1 joule is equal to 1 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 we are doing. Therefore, energy E is equal to 10 to the power of minus 20 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. So this becomes 0.0625 electron volt, or this is equal to 0.06 electron volt. The right answer is C1. Next, 18th one. Energy equivalent of 0.5 gram of substance is 4.5, 4.5 into 10 to the power of 13, 1.5 and 0.5 into 10 to the power of 13 joules they have given. So here it is calculated by using formula E is equal to E is equal to mc square. So here m value is 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 3 into 10 to the power of 8 whole square. So we are getting 4.5 into 10 to the power of 13. Therefore, B1 is the right answer. 19th one. How does the binding energy per nucleon vary with the increase in number of nucleons? First one decreases continuously with mass number. Second one first decreases then increases with increasing mass number. Third one first increases then decreases with increase in mass number. Fourth one increases continuously with mass number they have given. So for 90th one, C7 is the right answer. 20th one, the mass of lithium nuclei is 0.042 atomic mass unit, less than the sum of mass of all its nucleons. Binding energy per nucleon of lithium nucleus is nearly 46, 5.6, 23 and 3.9 mega electron volt they have given. So this is calculated by using binding energy formula. So that is EB is equal to delta M C square. So this is binding energy. That value, after substituting the value, we are getting that one as 39.1 mega electron volt. And same thing, binding energy per nucleon, EBN, that is calculated by EB divided by A. So this we are getting 39.1 divided by 7, that is almost equal to 5.6. So therefore, this one is the right answer. Next, 21. if mass A, Z, MP and Mn denotes mass of nucleus, X, protons and neutrons respectively in units of atomic mass unit, and binding energy represents its binding energy in mega electron is. So that is represented as 4 options they have given. Among 4 options, so we have to choose the right answer. So ZMP for 21st one. So 4 options they have given, that is Ma, Z is equal to, so ZMP plus of in the bracket A minus of Z into Mn minus of binding energy. Second one Ma, Z is equal to ZMP plus of A minus Z Mn plus of binding energy divided by C square. Third one Ma, Z is equal to ZMP plus of A minus Z into Mn minus of binding energy divided by C square. Fourth one Ma, Z is equal to ZMP plus of A minus of Z into Mn plus of binding energy they have given. So among 4 options, the right answer is C one. So why? Because so this one it is represented as ZMP plus of A minus of Z into Mn minus of M in the bracket A, Z is equal to mass defect, that's equal to binding energy divided by C square. So therefore C one is the right answer. Next, 22nd one. A nucleus X has a mass represented by M in the bracket A, Z if MP and Mn denotes mass of proton and neutron, the binding energy in mega electron volt. Then 4 options they have given, we have to choose the right answer. For 22nd one, 8th one is the right answer. So 23rd, fission of nuclei is possible because of binding energy per nucleon in them increases with mass number at low mass number. This one decreases with mass number at low mass number. Third one increases with mass number at high mass number. Fourth one decreases with mass number at a high mass number they have given. So for nuclei having A greater than 56 binding energy nuclei gradually decreases. Therefore, this one is the right answer. So 24th one, the mass of proton is 1.0073 unit and that of neutron is 1.0087. The binding energy of helium is 0.0305 joule, 0.0305 or 28.4 mega electron volt, 0.061 unit they have given. So it is calculated by using the formula mass defect is equal to 4 options they have given. Mass defect is equal to 2 into mass of proton plus of 2 into mass of neutron minus of mass of helium. So if we calculated this one for 24th, it is so mass defect, it is calculated by using formula mass defect is equal to 2mp plus of 2 into mn minus of mass of helium. So that's equal to 2 into 1.0073 plus of 2 into 1.0087 minus of 4.0015. So after simplification, we are getting 0.0305. So binding energy is given by 931 into mass defect. So that's equal to 931 into 0.0305 mega electron volt. We are getting that one as 28.4 mega electron volt. Therefore, for 24th one, the right answer is C one is the right answer. Next, 25th one. Which of the following are suitable for the fusion process? Light nuclei, heavy nuclei, element laying in the middle of the periodic table. Fourth one, middle elements which are laying on the binding energy curve. Nuclei of the light nuclei have a lower binding energy than that of the element of intermediate mass. They are therefore less stable. Consequently, the fusion of light elements results in more stable nucleus. Therefore, 8th one is the right answer. Next, 26th one. Mn and Mp represent mass of neutron and proton. An element having mass M and N neutrons, that means proton. The correct relation, how we are going to represent, they have given for 26th one. 8th one is the right answer. The energy released in nuclear fission is due to some mass is converted into energy. Total binding energy of fragment is more than the binding energy of the partial element. Third one, total and binding energy of fragment is less than the binding energy of the parental element. Fourth one, total binding energy of the fragment is equal to the binding energy of the parental element. So just observe all the four options. The right answer is 8th one is the right answer. The binding energy per nucleon is maximum in case of. So for binding energy curve, the curve reaches peak for Fe. Therefore, for 28th one, B one is the right answer. Next, 29. The energy equivalent of one atomic mass unit is. So we already know one atomic mass unit is 931. So therefore, the right answer for 29 is that is 931 mega electron volt. 30th one, the average binding energy of the nucleon inside an atomic nucleus is about 8 mega electron volt, 8 joule, 8 electron volt, 8 earth they have given. Average binding energy divided by nucleon in nucleus is of the order of 8 mega electron volt. Therefore, 8th one is the right answer. So 31, if the nuclear force between two protons, two neutrons, between proton and neutron is denoted by FPP, FNN, FPN. So they have given four symbols. So nuclear force is the same between any two nucleons. Therefore, this one is the right answer. Next, 32th one. Which of the following statement is true for the nuclear forces they have given? So just go through four options. They obey the inverse square law of distance. They obey the inverse third power law of distance. They are short range force. They are equal in strength to the electromagnetic force. So nuclear forces are short range force. Therefore, C1 is the right one. 33. Alpha particle consists of two protons only, two protons and two neutrons only, two electrons, two protons and two neutrons. Fourth one, two electrons and 4 protons only they have given. Alpha particle is a positively charged particle, so it is identical to the nucleus of helium atom, so it contains only 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Therefore, B1 is the right answer.